What's up, y'alls? Hope y'all doing good. Happy New Year's. God bless you. Um, yeah, we're back. Um, for a good old read. We're gonna be reading on basically this new year, what to expect in these next few months. Let's say, I won't even give a timetable. We'll just do the whole year. Kind of what to expect from this new year. I'm going to say a prayer. Thank you, Father and Mother, for getting us to this new year. Thank you for everything that you have done for us. And blessings that you brought in, material or spiritual. It's such a grateful thanks for all things, just the whole process of being able to make it to this place right now in this space, and just giving thanks eternally and gratefulness. I'm super grateful. Please bring the warring angels and the warring ancestors into this reading. Please guard all portals um, for anything malicious. May they all be cut down and struck down in the name of Yeshua. If anything does get through that is not of our highest good, in the name of Yeshua, I am praying that you bring in the highest of vibrations and messages through me in the name of Yeshua for this new year. I give you thanks and gratitude. Thank you. God bless you. Um, Yeah, so we're gonna check this out real quick. Um, I've just been chilling, y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Um, it was, like, I wouldn't say last year was that crazy compared to the year before, but it wasn't, like, it wasn't easy. I'm gonna just say that. It wasn't easy, but it was highly rewarding, like in a lot of ways. Like it's so funny because like I'll go through a year, have a plan and stuff, and like it doesn't always work out like how I want it, right? I want to do all this shit, like okay. I want to do all this stuff, right? And I'm manifesting it and doing all this stuff, and then things come up in my path that challenges and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what is going on? And you know, it's funny because there was a friend. She was like, when I was working at the spiritual shop, she was like, wait, like she was going through a really hard time. I guess she had met her twin flame or whatever, and they're going through a crazy ass relationship. And she comes up to me one day. She's like, at one of her lowest points, she's like, am I ever going to like find out like what's going on? Like, is there reason behind this? Is there a point behind this? And like, I feel like y'all and myself have gone through a lot of that, these past few years. Like, um, not to say that you've been questioning your path, it's more or less like what the reasoning is. And like, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but I feel this way. Like, I understand why I went through what I went through. And it's deeply rewarding because what I went through was like just more it brought me to more understanding of myself and like where I stand within the universe and like where I stand in this world. And that's something I already knew, but it's like it pushed it to a deeper level of understanding. It's just like um it's beautiful how things kind of like even though you go through hard things or we go through hard stuff, it's all for a purpose. Like, and you know, when we give up at certain points, or we try to give up, or we do give up at certain points, we're really just like we're stopping in like the most insane places that we can stop in because like we haven't figured out why we went through it. So it's kind of like we'll be in this confusion until we go through it, you know, and we get through it. And yeah, it's more or less like that. It's like the culmination of everything. And this is a 9 year, so it's more or less like wrapping up all the cycles and like coming into like full awareness of what we've been really going through for these 8 past years, you know, kind of deal. Um, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting year because we'll get to see not only fruits of labor, but also like why we went through that, and we'll gain more understanding on like where we are spiritually and where we're going on on this next cycle through this year. Not only you know um individually, but as a collective, right? um but you know, it seems like every year, like for me at least, the collective, like even though I'm so tapped into the collective just gets more and more like, I wouldn't say like less like, it just gets less irrelevant because understanding yourself, it just like makes it non-relevant because you are like knowing yourself and the collective from the aspect of knowing yourself. So it's like seeing what's playing out on the 3D, it's getting collectively worse in terms of energy wise because of so many people on a lower spectrum of consciousness are manifesting faster, not realizing that the planet is rising in vibration like a lot, and the veils are coming down over the years. So it's like the lower energies are manifesting a lot faster, meaning like a lot of their bullshit is coming out from their shadow side where you can see it out right in front of you, and there's no shame, and they don't even take accountability for it. So it's like it's kind of making me into like this recluse that really doesn't want to like involve myself with the world because like I mean, I've been that way, but like um it like I don't want to involve myself with the world because I understand like things are manifesting a lot quicker, and what I choose to look at or entertain is becoming um a blockage in my life. Like, say if I'm like on, like for instance, I'll be sometimes reading YouTube comments because I'm a curious guy. I like to see what other people have to say and get different points of perspective. But now it's like YouTube's always been bad, right? The comments horrible, but nowadays it's just like straight up toxic, bro. Like I don't know, it's just like everybody got something horrible to say. I'm just like, wow. And I'm reading it from my perspective, and I'm like, why am I reading this? Because it's like literally fucking up my head. Like, not like that, but like um, it's literally like something that I am, reading back, and it's projecting through my mind, right? And it's like, since we don't experience it from their side of and point of view, we're actually experiencing it from our point of view when we read things or look at things or listen to people. We aren't really hearing anybody else but ourselves, if that makes sense, because it's playing in our head. To hear somebody is to um, basically be talking to yourself. And to be reading these comments is literally like toxic. It basically like poisoning, right? It's poisoning. I'm just like, bro, everybody's like, they talk about AI this, AI that. They talk about, um, what the fuck, NPCs, NPC this, NPC that. I'm just like, bro, what do you guys mean? Like, dude, NPCs use that word NPC, bro. It's just like, it's redundant, right? And like they use all these buzzwords, and I'm used to it because I've seen it over the years. Like as I got older, fads and people talking whatever way they want, and words really don't like really hurt me anymore because it's just like words, right? And I reprogram myself at any moment, any moment. Excuse me. Um, and it's just like I want to keep myself around certain people and um you know feed what feeds me, right? And that's more or less what I'm going into, and that's more or less where I see people in the same type of consciousness, or people that want like grow in consciousness. They're coming from or going into is being around people more of themselves. Like I was just listening to Alan Watts this morning. Very, I love Alan Watts, but I haven't listened to him for a long time. I went back to listening to him and like, oh shit, like I understood what he was saying back then, but now I experience it, and I'm just like, damn, this shit is like peak. And I'm like, damn, let me just like really listen. And I don't know, it's kind of like that now. It's like experiencing everything that I kind of like studied when I was young, and then getting older and then experiencing it, and then going back and then like literally experiencing it again. I mean, listening to it again as an experienced person. So it's like an ending of a cycle, and you kind of know that you've grown so much, and you just have some gratitude and just love for the awareness and the resilience that you put in, or you had throughout your path, because it wasn't an easy one, kind of deal. You had to do things that most would have gave up or lost their life, like literally. Some of y'all, or it's just like do or die kind of situations. Like if you didn't do it, you're gonna be screwed somewhere. Like there are many instances I know myself. I would have been you know, like, yeah. See you next lifetime because it's not like I would have off myself, but I definitely wouldn't have been normal. I've seen people go like literally like move away from childhood, right? Had childhood friends. They move away, and then they come back and they got some crazy ass attachment. It's like they have some fucking like ailment. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, what happened to you? And it's like, damn, like that could have happened to y'all or like happened to me, but we just stuck through it because we already had the tools. Some people don't have the tools and they go through these spiritual things and they don't understand it's spiritual. But that's neither here or there. I'm talking about this next year and how we're wrapping up the cycle and kind of like how this more or less like it's not only a reviewing, it's tying up everything that we kind of like experienced this last year and the years previous to not only the 7 year, but the 8 year and the years before. The years before were the formative years, and then once we get into the 7 and 8, um, the 7 is really like spiritual enlightenment and like spiritual knowledge, right? And then Oh, yeah, I'm hearing, because 1 through 8 are the human numbers, and then once you get to 7 and 8 and 9, these are the basically being numbers, I'm gonna say that, or you can either call them being numbers or godly numbers, um, but these are residing in the spiritual, um, and not so much the physical. Um, because 1 through 6 is all about like okay, you got one which is obviously the drive to create something new or to start on a new journey, um, to lead oneself into the wilderness. um, Two is to find balance and what tools you need to use to create this balance, or how to balance relationships, or find harmony, or three is more about your creative aspects. How do you create? How do things multiply in your life? Four is it is uh, foundation. Um, like, what is your solid foundation? What keeps you solid? What keeps you going? How can you create this, or what it is that creates this? Five is basically like massive change, like very random, sporadic. Changes in your life, and how you can shake things up. What kind of energy do you need to shake things up in your life that will shift you into um, the six, which is all about humanity, right? It's all about the human life, right? It's all about prosperity. So it has a lot of those energies in, because if you think about it, on the 7 year, a lot of people experience, you know, I had my spiritual awakening way back. So like for me, it was more like a spiritual enlightenment. It wasn't a full enlightenment, but I experienced, a lot of things that, you know, um, I came into, experience of heavenly vibrations and divine vibrations. So like it was just a formative year on like, okay, well, this is what creates my abundance. And you're going into the seventh year and you're kind of like tinkering around. You're messing with like the metaphysical and stuff like that. And the metaphysical, you already have the tools to do so by then. So it's kind of like once you get you start dwelling in this metaphysical enlightenment energy, um, you already have the abundance of tools to do so, and that triggers abundance within you. And then, depending on what level you're at, you're going to have different um, challenges because of that cause and effect. You know, you get to a different level, new devil kind of thing. Um, and then eight, it's all about judition, divine justice, you know, court justice, 3D justice. It's all about business, um, you know, financial security, financial foundation. Um, it's also about for me, it was becoming my own boss, you know, not so much in a physical way. Yeah, in a physical way, but also a spiritual. Because, you know, I came into my own knowing of like who I am in a spiritual aspect of energy, right? And 9 year is all about bringing all of that and being able to see from an outside perspective into that. Um, and um, basically, if you have the perception, you're the onlooker now. You're from the outside looking in, and you're then formulating your next plans, or you know, you're having new ties come in that are coming with you on this new journey into the 1 year. Um, I'm going to pull cards. That was a large little ramble channel. Um, shoot. Um, okay. Sheesh. This looks good, y'all. Alright, we got life restored. Priestess of the Phoenix, life restored. Has the scarab on there. Scarabs, what's scarab? Is it prosperity? Got scales of balance. Ancient tantra of the soul. You know, I was just watching something the other day. It was this anime. And they were talking about tantric sex, right? And it was more or less like it wasn't about the sex aspect. It was more or less like, you know, mixing energies back and forth, like male and female, and balancing those energies between the two. Between where the accent come from, between the two. And it was it was very enlightening because it's like that's what it felt like the last year is like balancing between the masculine and the feminine, both within, you know? And I was like, because for me, I remember the seventh year being like divine feminine, me coming into that energy. And then the eighth year was more or less the masculine, divine masculine coming in and being able to take charge and, you know, not so much focusing on attracting, more or less like projecting and, just pushing through. Um, and it's interesting how it's saying tantric. So it's like balance of the two and being able to use both. And it's knowing when to use either or. That's what I'm hearing. Lady of the Stars. Okay. I want to read that one real quick. We're gonna read that one real quick. Let's see. Lady of the Ooh, there's a song by Coheed and Cambria. I'm hearing it right now. Coheed and Cambria, Pearl of the Stars. Listen to it. Listen to that song. I gotta listen to that now because I feel like it's relevant. Feel like it's relevant. Pearl of the Stars. Yo, where's this at? I got the Lady of Stars on the page 93. 93. Okay. Okay. Ceres is a celestial goddess of unconditional love and wisdom at an extremely high vibration. It brings deep soul awakening, spiritual gifts, and a high capacity for divine service. Lady of the Stars. Oh yeah, 9 is all about also about humanitarian service. Excuse me. Um spiritual gifts and a high capacity for divine service. Lady of the Stars is also an empowerment for all other oracles in this deck. She tells you to pay attention because something significant is taking place now. Okay. Well, I'll just read that. That's fine. Um, so, um, yeah, it's the way they say it, it's like whatever came before this is literally being amplified by this card saying how important the life restored and the scales of balance are in this area and in this time of life in this 9 year. I'm gonna pull one more. We're gonna see what's up. One please, thank you. One please, thank you. Give me one. One card, please. Okay, we got a card. Uh so healing the divine masculine. So definitely more of that energy. So with healing this, it's so I'm hearing through healing more of the divine masculine energy. Um, just because like some of y'all might have went through some crazy shit this year, and you're using divine masculine energy to get through, and you may have not have worked on everything. Maybe you did. And there's just more work to be done, regardless. I know myself, I can use more because it's not energy that I was using a lot, it's not, I grew up mostly in feminine energy, so divine masculine is something I'm working on, uh, in terms of balancing it, right, and healing it. So, um, yeah, that sounds cool. I got some new cards. I haven't read them yet. It didn't come with a book, and they're kind of obscure. So like, I'm gonna just have to really like look at them a little bit. But first, I'm gonna pull Cather. I can't just not. I can't. We got to. This, I love this deck. It's so cool. Let me shuffle the cards. Follow the stars. That song's in my head now. I'm gonna go listen to it after this. Follow the stars. It's a good song. I gotta look up the lyrics real quick. Hold up. Hold up. I just heard a part. I was like, dude. Follow the stars. Coheed. Coheed and Cambria. I'll just post it, I guess, on the comments after. Ooh, yeah, this is boof. Boy. Alright. Each night I wish to God he'd let her rest. Oh, this hurts me more than any man can bear. She's a she's my angel from the west. There will be never one to take her place. When you go, I will know. Follow you to the stars. And when the world burns apart, there will be a place for your car. I'd give you everything if only if only I'd have known you'd take it, but you don't, 'cause you're you, and that's why I'll always love you, my pearl of the stars. Yeah, that hits, bro. I mean, jeez, scroll, my dude. Why ain't you scrolling, bruh? Alright. So the pill she takes, the pain of which she drowns. Our baby sleeps next door, she's new in town. Don't judge my singing, my throat is not the best right now. I'll be hitting notes, trust. Uh, I'll tell her I'll tell her how wonderful you were. I'll remember everything you were to me. And then it goes on the chorus again. Mhm. Okay. So, hmm, it's like you know how people were saying like, like the divine collective, especially like, oh, your divine masculine is coming. Oh, your divine masculine is coming. Like, it's funny because that song's like, it's just resonating so much because like the divine collective, the divine feminine never needed a divine masculine in the first place. Let's be real about this. Like, I've known this forever, but it took a long time to really understand, like, what was really going on. Um, and it's like, I would have gave you everything if only I knew you'd take it. It's like, the divine femme was like, bro, I ain't taking shit because like, well, I say like the divine femmes were like a lot of them that weren't like matrixed out. They were just like, bro, I don't need anything from anybody, bro. If I need an emperor, I'll become the motherfucking emperor. It's like, and that's what I've been on, bro. It's just like, you know, um, a lot of like divine energy, like feminine energy, doesn't have to be a girl, but a lot are girls. And I felt like that was always a trap, like the love trap, right? And like, I get it, everyone wants love, right? But it's like, we are love, right? We experience it for ourselves first. So it's kind of like, what love are you searching for? Because it's not anywhere outside of you. And it's kind of like, I know I used to like have a yearning for love, and then like over the course of this year, I'm just like, damn. Like, I understand why that is, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know, love isn't about anybody but except yourself. It really doesn't like it like shit. Like, as long as you love yourself, then what's what's the wanting for somebody else to be around so you can love them? Because like, what's the reason? Like, what do you wanna love them because you don't love yourself in those ways? Or like, people will say, no, no, that's not it. But let's be real. Like, you want support, but who's a better support for you than yourself? And it's like, I feel like when that person does come in, it's like you won't really need them. Like, I know from my aspect, it's like I won't really need this person or whoever's going to come in to be my divine counterpart, like, but they would be a great addition to my life, not to mean that they're like some puzzle piece, but like to say that, oh, okay, well, this is the phase my life is going in, like, uh, a person is finally here that wants to fill in that slot in my life, and that's perfectly fine. But it's not something I need. It's not something I'm going to settle for. It's not something I'm searching for endlessly because I'm looking. I'm not even looking for more of myself. I'm accepting more of myself. I'm covering more of myself. I'm, like focusing on myself. Because at the end of the day, it's like I gotta love me, and you know, if I do find that person, it's gonna be like, yeah, this is another version of me. So it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just love him like I love me. Yeah, like, so yeah, that's just where I'm coming from. Yeah. Let's see. We got a three of swords. Hold on. I'm gonna actually shuffle this. Oh, there goes one. Ten of shields. I put the three of swords back. I always loved you. Mm-mm. At the stars. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, fire of love. Got the fire of love. Oh yeah. One more. Made a death card with a bunch of cards wanted to pop out, but I put it back. Lord of Wisdom. One more because, yeah. One more, please, and thank you. One more, please, and thank you. No, the instrumentals on that song slap, bruh. That's why it's so good. There's not much lyrics on it. Then one, please. Can I get one? Thank you. One card, please. Oh, thank you. God bless. Okay, the Brohim, Bon Him, the Bon Himi. Okay, so this is more of the energy for this year. So we'll see. Ten of Sword, Ten of Shields. Let's go. Okay. So on one hand, this card often points to carrying the burdens to treachery and those who would bear false witness against you. It also implies that if you can weather these storms and reap the harvest and gain you whether if you can weather these storms, you will reap the harvest and gain great rewards. Okay. Well, that goes a lot with what I was saying. Like, we've been through so much, and if you're able to weather the storm through the past few years, this is more or less like, okay, well, we're starting to reap these rewards. Um, let's see, Fire of Love. Oh, it's Five of Love. There is little to enjoy about this card unless it is reversed in this case for once the outcome is better. For the upright, meaning the emphasis is on despair, loss, or ignorance. but under the black bleak outer sign is a deep meaning, for here is a turning point, a moment in making the right decision may mean everything. So, yeah, it just feels like we're coming out of this cycle where all of this, you know, treachery and all of this spiritual warfare and just like hood rat shit happening spiritually and physically to the divine collective. Um, got a Lord of Wisdom. Let's see, Lord of Wisdom, please. Let me get this Lord of Wisdom. Oh no. My nose. My nose is the Lord of Wisdom. Alright, here we go. The Lord of Wisdom is an experienced, successful teacher and leader who guides the steps of the credent in all things, helping those who are in search of truth find their way. In a reading, this card indicates good fortune, affluence, and the ability to develop even the smallest degree of skill. The Lord mediates the spiritual energy of the true God directly to those who come in search of it. He invites the credent to invest as fully as possible in the spiritual treasury, promising great rewards, loyalty to those to others, bring you their support. So yeah, it's more or less like what I said. It's like a year of tying up these like loose ends. Like this energy is leaving, bro. And the energy of you being humanitarian, teacher, student of the universe, student of God, teacher of spiritual, teacher of clearing roads, because we got the Bonhim, and I'm pretty sure this is the card of spiritual enlightenment. Um, so let's look at this. Okay, no, this is the Fool. The goal of every Cather is to be recognized on both earth and in heaven as the Bohem or good man. And finally, to assume the mantle of the perfect. But to reach the state of grace required a long period of service and endurance, a passage through cruelties and dangers of the false world of form. To achieve this, the credent believer undertook to live by the code of life that recognized a very different set of values and principles to those of the rest of the world. First, they must acknowledge that the world is flesh and form, and was created by the demiurge, that and that the physical life was merely a shadow of true reality. Credits must not eat of the flesh of any creature, since these were also the creation of the demiurge, therefore unclean. Okay. They took with them only one book from the New Testament, the Gospel of John, which came closest to revealing the truth about creation as they saw it, thus stripped away many of the central beliefs of Christianity. The credent began his or her own journey in a state of innocence and nakedness that exactly parallels the fool. So, it seems like it's going to be a lot of like teaching people the spiritual path, people wanting to get on their path, and you being this teacher, helping them onto this path as they go down this year, because this year is all about wrapping up loose ends and, you know, turning in these old paths and deciding on a new path, creating a new with this 1 year after this year, right? After this year, it's either you start a new path or you start elevating or you continue to do what you want to do, and it's not going to work out how you think. I'm gonna just say that. But if you really want to commit to a spiritual path, now is the time to do it, because the 1 year is coming up, and these next 10 years, following, with this year being counted, are going to get progressively harder because the vibration on the planet is getting faster. It is vibrating faster, so things are manifesting faster on this plane. So thoughts, emotions, intentions are manifesting faster, and if you're vibrating on a lower plane of consciousness, you are going to manifest these things faster into your life. So it's pretty much important that a lot of people do get on their path now than later. Um, because it's not good for business after this cycle. You want to close out these cycles, whatever you have going on, even if you can't just like, even if you just close them out physically, like spiritually, you can start working on that, and that's fine. I don't really judge people on where they are, spiritually, because, we've all been in certain places, even if people are enlightened this lifetime and they've been enlightened for most of their lifetimes, they had to go through this stuff. So, like, and even if they didn't, it's just like, we have to understand it, because it's like human condition, right? Um, I'm gonna pull some of these cards. I want to check them out a little bit. It's the wandering moon tear. Yeah, they look pretty cool. I'm gonna just show them real quick. Well, probably can't see them. They're like black and white, like minimalist kind of deals. Um, but I thought they were cute. I was like, let me try and use that. They didn't come with the book though, so like they're a little bit abstract, and I don't know. I'll have to read them kind of different. We'll see what's up. My nose be running, bros. My nose hasn't ran all freaking day. I don't know what is going on. Okay, I guess we're taking all these cards. It's 4 of them. And Okay. Oh my gosh. Hold up, I'll be right back. Money. My bad. My and my. Okay. Huh. Okay. Got a King of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Swords, and a Two of Stars. So yeah, it just seems like this is giving me like people, like not new people, right? Not like new people into like spirituality, but people that have been like in spirituality, but they haven't really like committed, or they may have committed to a path, but not fully. And they're looking for like help, right? Or they're looking for balance, or they're looking for someone with authority to like kind of guide them, um, you know, get through like the suits, right? Because they're at, pages, right? And this is like the start of going into like the higher suits. So yeah, I just feel like people were just needing help. And let's see. I'll show you cards. They're pretty cool though. If I can get it to. Hello? Can you show the card, my dude? They're cool though. They're like black and white. It's kind of hard to show because the screen is like blinding the heck out of it. Um, I like them though. I would like the booklet because these are so abstract. Like, I'd like to see what they have to say about the cards. Um, I'll pull something else real quick. Uh-oh. We're bringing out the Pope Tarot. Uh-oh. Let's see what these have to say. Sheesh. I don't know about these. with the star and the hermit on the bottom. So yeah, that's y'all. Y'all the star. Sheesh. One more shuffle. Let's go ahead and pull it. Boom. Alright, give me 3. Alright, give me 3 cards, please. One at a time, one at a time. There is. Ooh, I think that's 2. Oh, that's 3. Ooh. Dang, this just opens a can of worms. So yeah, it's like you just have people coming towards you. This hermit is like vulgar. Like this is your energy, the hermit energy, and you just have these female energies um coming toward you. And there might be one that, wants to offer you something for this, guidance, but it's like it's sus. I'm gonna just say that. But you guys should already know. Um, don't be trusting just anybody, because people be weird, and we don't play around here. We don't play that. Alright, let me get one more. One more, please. Thank you. Alright. Well, just flipped over on a 10 of swords, so I feel like that page of cups isn't a 10 of swords. Maybe, possibly. Let me draw one more. Oh no, it just fell on the floor. God bless. Got the devil on the bottom. Sheesh. This deck, man. Crazy. I don't know, whoever that is, whatever energy that is, they're fighting a lot. And they probably have somebody holding on to them while they're fighting everybody off. This deck just has so much, like, it's just warfare deck, bro. I don't know why they want, well, I know why they wanted me to pull from it. Jeez. It's like, nowadays, I don't care too much to, like, talk about warfare, like, try to read it at all, because it's kind of, like, pointless. I mean, there's other readers for that, like, I get it, like, but calmer waters, you don't have to worry about that because you're moving away from that. Um, it's kind of just like somebody I listen to. She says it's an act of warfare itself. So I like to talk about improvement. I like to read about improvement and how we can improve. All right, so you guys already know what you can work on, and that's divine masculine energy, and it's all about action, right? Or reaction in the right way. Stability, structure, um, authority, um, using authority in the right way. Okay. So yeah, this year you're gonna have a whole lot of this. Say it with me. My life is being restored in all ways. All right. All scales are being balanced in my highest good and favor. My divine masculine traits are all being healed consistently and constantly. I am a star, a divine being of light. All right, that's the year. God bless. Peace.